Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be looking at what's next in love for singles. So there are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is this lemon calcite, along with this group of cards. Group 2 is the Aqua aura quartz point, along with this group of cards. And group 3 is the Amethyst heart, along with this group of oracle cards. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps for each group in the description box of the video if you would like to jump ahead. Hi, Group 1. You chose the lemon calcite. So let's take a look at these cards and see what's next in love. Got the 2 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the World, Page of Wands, the Moon, Five of Wands, Thoughts, Sudden Wealth, Message of Concern, Why, Fork in the Road, Yin, Timeline Jump, and Telepathy. So I'm seeing that new love comes in for you, Group 1, after you've been at some kind of a crossroads with this fork in the road card. And this could be a crossroads in terms of perhaps waiting for a particular person that you had in mind to come back around to you. With this World card here, this is kind of feeling to me like some kind of a cycle, maybe a runner-chaser cycle you've been in with somebody, and you're at this decision point. Should you stay or should you go? A decision is made. You may be, with the Five of Wands, really in conflict with yourself about this, feeling a very strong bond with this person, a very strong connection with them. feeling very compelled in their direction, maybe considering them a soulmate or a twin flame. But you may have been going round and round in kind of circles with this person, maybe for a long time or several times, where this person has kind of come back in your direction. Things have been going really well, only for them to kind of pull away or distance themselves again. And so it's at some point during one of these cycles that this decision is made by you to kind of close this out, to do something different, to shake up the circumstances, to change your typical response. This is something with this Two of Wands. You may have been really putting a lot of thought into this, a lot of reflection has gone into this, maybe since the last time that you have gone back around with this person, and you made a vow to yourself that you'd be doing things differently. You might have given this person another chance, and lo and behold, the same circumstances or similar circumstances sort of played themselves out. And so you've had some time to reflect on this. A decision has been made to move in another direction. This can also indicate, with fork in the road, if this is not in regards to another romantic connection or a romantic partner that you're choosing to kind of move away from with this timeline jump, to kind of head in another direction, explore something else romantically, or at least open yourself up to that possibility of moving in another direction. This can also pertain to something, some kind of a decision, an opportunity that presents itself with Queen of Pentacles and sudden wealth for a promotion, something to do with a job that may perhaps involve relocation, perhaps moving to another city, state, or even country, like a different part of the world, with this World card. And then on the Two of Wands, this person holding this globe in their hand and really putting a lot of thought and consideration into that. And a decision is made by you to pursue that. It may involve leaving behind the life that you have known, friends, family, if you're switching countries, even, the culture that you've grown up in. And it's something to where others around you might be a little bit concerned. They might think that this is a very drastic decision, a drastic choice. If this is not a promotion at work, this is, just something that you have found, you've applied for, an opportunity that you are choosing to pursue, that with this timeline jump, it's really going to shift the trajectory of your life, shift your circumstances, your environment, your surroundings, and others around you, friends or family, with this Five of Wands, might be really, again, not understanding that. With the moon, it's hidden for them. It's not clear. They're not recognizing the potential in all of this, the potential in this opportunity that you are. With this Y card, they could really be questioning you, like, what are you hoping to gain out of this? Maybe you'd be leaving behind some kind of stability, some kind of a very solid or stable job in the pursuit of something which is really calling to you, setting your heart on fire, so to speak. This could even be something where you're being called to go somewhere, to volunteer, to help, to render aid or lend a hand, and it's something where people around you are really, they're kind of perplexed by that. They're not really understanding what the motivation, what the payoff, what the benefit could be, why you would be choosing to perhaps go somewhere and put yourself in circumstances where there might be some kind of peril, there might be some kind of danger, of risk. There could be a conflict, like a conflict zone, that you are being called to go and offer some assistance, to render some aid, render some support. Really, with this Queen of Pentacles, some hands on the ground assistance to people in need. And it's something to where a choice is made. You're really, it's a calling that you're feeling. You're very compelled to do this. It's something that you've put a lot of thought into, and your reasons are your own. It feels like something you feel very compelled to help. With this Yin card, to really offer nurturing and assistance and healing to those in need, to people in need. And it's something to where, when this decision is made to relocate, to leave behind the life that you have known, in some way this puts you on the path. This kind of switches your timeline to where you are able to then intersect with this person. Maybe this person is similarly involved, if this is kind of a volunteer thing, or even some kind of a job or a position in another part of the world, another part of the country, another state from where you live, then in some way you intersect with this person. They could be on that same kind of trajectory, that same kind of mission as you, in a similar line of work, volunteering with the same organization, or it's something where it's going to regionally put you in proximity to this person, so that you are able to meet this person, and very kind of with the moon here, unexpected romance blossoming. You're sort of shifting where you are physically, geographically, and for one reason, and sort of this unanticipated or unexpected element that arises out of that is meeting this person where this romance can then bloom. With this Y card, you might really question, like, why here? Why now? This was not maybe what you were looking for. This was not, this was kind of outside of your radar for whatever this motivation was. Again, something to do with work, perhaps volunteering, or even just relocating in general to kind of close out some cycles, to move away maybe from old circles of friends, old circles of people. If you've chosen to disconnect from a previous partner or someone you've kind of been going round and round, maybe even in some toxic or codependent cycles with, there's this decision to kind of move, get a fresh start somewhere else. And it's by making that decision, by choosing the path less traveled, that you are able to really encounter this person. You're able to get into alignment with your paths crossing. So I'm feeling also that with this Page of Wands, this person feels like a very joyous person, almost like a breath of fresh air in your life. Somebody who really is going to help to shift and change your experience of love, your expectations of what you are hoping to achieve or gain at this stage in your life. And this person comes in again like a breath of fresh air, very unexpectedly, it seems, but in a good way. This is a very pleasant surprise. With this telepathy card here, there's definitely a spiritual component to this connection. I'm also drawn to, on this card, the pyramids, and this almost looks like some kind of a Buddha head here. So this is really reminding me of ancient cultures. So there's could be some kind of a connection in terms of religion or spirituality with this person. Maybe you meet them in some capacity there as you have kind of moved, you're exploring maybe temples or even meditation groups. You're kind of reaching out to establish some kind of a spiritual community, spiritual connections in this this new geography that you find yourself in, and that's how you interact with this person, you intersect with this person. There can also be a past life connection here, and I'm feeling as well with this almost galactic portal imagery here, this could, if you resonate as a star seed, this could be somebody who is a resonant soul with you in that capacity. Your souls both have an origin point off-world, and you might both kind of sort of have a difficult time fitting in with modern society. You might have a difficult time acclimating to Earth, like an earthly existence at this point in time. You could be very drawn to kind of ancient cultures, ancient knowledge. You could both have some very exceptional gifts, some psychic gifts or abilities. And in certain ways, you may feel almost like outliers, sort of, kind of misunderstood, even by the people that are closest to you. And so when you meet this person, you really resonate with them. There's a familiarity, a past life connection, perhaps a lot of deja vu that goes on as you're interacting with them. And this feels like somebody who really gets you, who understands your soul, who understands even this compulsion that you might have to help and to heal. You may resonate as a light worker, and this person similarly could resonate as that. You could both have interests that are kind of outside the ordinary, or your goals in life are not the goals that others around you typically are pursuing. You want something more than just, the stability, the material finances, the house, and the very, maybe a typical 9-to-5 job, for example. Your soul could thirst for something more. You feel almost like you have some kind of mission in this lifetime to accomplish, to help others in need, to, with the fork in the road, perhaps be a way shower to others, to help other people out of sort of this internal conflict within themselves, to help people find and get in alignment with their life path. And so you and this person feel very connected in that sense. Tied in with this breath of fresh air with the Page of Wands, the sudden wealth also, it's going to feel like you really hit the jackpot when you meet this person. This person could be financially stable. This person could be somebody who is almost philanthropic in nature. They have this desire to not only give of their time and attention, but this is somebody who is very devoted to sharing their resources with others. This could be a very generous person, somebody who really feels very called to, even perhaps they currently have or are in the process of, or have this dream or interest in establishing some kind of a foundation, some kind of a business that helps people, maybe even some kind of a retreat or a treatment center, some kind of a some place where people can go and really just sort of take time to center, focus, hear the voice within, learn and discover their life path, and to get on that. With this Yin card here, this feels like somebody who is a good listener as well, somebody who is really going to be very cognizant and empathic, somebody who is going to be empathetic to your feelings, is going to kind of look beyond actions that are displayed and words that are said, and going to be able to really feel into the heart of the matter, feel into the emotions that are expressed. This feels like somebody who you feel very nurtured in their presence. You feel very safe in their presence. This can also be somebody who, with this Two of Wands, is very interested in travel and with the world. They could be well traveled. They could do something for work that kind of takes them internationally. You can meet them in that capacity as your work or your interests, or some place that you're traveling and you just kind of, you intersect with this person in that capacity. Or it's something to where they really open your eyes to new perspectives, new cultures, perhaps even new versions of spirituality or some new spiritual practice. This is somebody as well who, in terms of conflicts which inevitably arise in all relationships, this is somebody who, you know, is not going to be kind of running from conflict, but somebody who will seek to actively work their way through things with you. Somebody who is not going to just kind of bail out when things get a little bit difficult. This is somebody who is very grounded, somebody who is very reliable and trustworthy, somebody who, when they make a commitment, they follow through on that. Despite how difficult the road may get, this seems like somebody who is in it for the long haul. Somebody who, you know, they think also very highly of you. This is somebody who could definitely think of you and see you in long-term potential. And with this thoughts card, you as well could be thinking of this person as almost your life partner, the person that you might marry, or someone you could see yourself with long-term. Again, with this Queen of Pentacles and the sudden wealth, I'm getting somebody who is financially stable, somebody who's good at managing their money, somebody who could be a business owner, or in some way has acquired a certain degree of wealth that affords them this ability to maybe take time out of their active job. They may have passive streams of income that allow them this time to kind of travel, experience other cultures, or to even take time out to go and help others in need, perhaps in conflict zones, or just where their time and their resources and their energy could be really well applied to helping kind of improve the lives and situations of others. And also with this telepathy and thoughts, I'm feeling that you're going to really sense and feel this person energetically. There is going to be a deep telepathic bond with them. You're going to be finishing each other's sentences. That energy of deja vu came up as well. There could be a lot of synchronicities leading up to kind of meeting this person. With this World card here, it almost feels like sort of connecting the dots back to them. You're going to start to really recognize how a lot of circumstances in in your life needed to be played out the way that they did in order to create the perfect recipe for intersecting with this person. This is going to be somebody as well with the moon, where they're going to really want to not keep a lot hidden from you. They're going to want to be emotionally vulnerable. They're going to be very comfortable talking about their emotions, delving into those waters, making sure that you have the perspective that you need about their motivations and their actions. Somebody who may have in the past, and you as well in the past, may have had issues with trust, with people withholding their true feelings, or saying one thing but really feeling another way. And so both of you feel like people who, through those experiences, you've learned to be very transparent. This feels like somebody also with the moon card who has done a lot of shadow work on themselves, who has really kind of looked into those dusty and dark and neglected corners of their psyche, and has really come to terms with a lot of things about their past, about who they are as a person, has really sought to, with the Y card, understand maybe some of their core motivations, work on sort of healing some wounds within themselves, with the world sort of closing out some toxic cycles, behavior patterns, maybe even things within their lineage. And so this person, when you meet them, if this is a process and a journey that you have been on with this Queen of Pentacles, you're both very well equipped in that sense. You have a lot of self-knowledge. You've done a lot of work on yourself. A lot of tangible and recognizable change has occurred within both of you compared to who you might have been in the past. And so there's also this sense that circumstances before meeting this person played out the way that they needed to, because if you had met this person any sooner, it might not have worked with you. There just could have, there was a lot that you both needed to kind of learn and experience on your own path before the universe could bring you together. So there's a sense of kind of like joy and fulfillment here, and almost this wondering, like, if only you could have met this person sooner, and they're feeling, if only they could have met you sooner, it would have saved, you would have saved each other a lot of grief, because this relationship is just, there's a lot of tranquility here, a lot of mutual respect here. But it feels like something that over time you'll start to understand that you've met at exactly the right time, that these other maybe difficult circumstances, these choices that had to be made, cycles that had to be broken, experiences that had to be had, and the wisdom gained from that, it's really strengthened you, it's strengthened both of you, and your knowledge of self to equip you to really have the potential and the possibility at this time in your life, at this exact proper moment, to really have a very fruitful relationship together, a very prosperous relationship together. And this is something where even in the long term, if you and this person do not stay romantically connected in the long term, this feels like somebody with this kind of this pentacle and wealth energy here, that you may continue to be friends with this person. You could start some kind of a business, an organization, maybe even a nonprofit with this person. In some way also, this definitely feels like somebody who is a part of your soul tribe. This is a soulmate of a sort. And so it feels like a relationship that you will be in each other's lives for the rest of your life. It feels like somebody, you've known them across many lifetimes, and there's this familiarity of meeting back up with them. There's some kind of larger purpose to all of this, some kind of a larger mission that you both can fulfill, and ways in which you can help society, help others, help yourselves through this connection, through this combining of your energies, this kind of combining of forces to really establish some great abundance for yourself, and to help to impart almost an abundance of spirit, an abundance of hope, and realistic plans and abilities for others to kind of reconstruct their life, move out of conflict, or kind of break some patterns or habits, and step more into their own purpose, and to establishing their kind of abundance. It feels like the both of you almost lead by example for others. You're beacons for others as far as navigating their way through the darkness, and into becoming the light. So in terms of zodiac signs, with the wands, we have fire energy, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. With the moon, that is Pisces and Cancer. And the world for me as a reader is fixed energy, which is Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. So I'm going to get a few more zodiac signs for you, group 1. This can be somewhere in your chart, in their chart. It can be even a time of the year that is relevant to when you will meet this person. And so we have Libra and Pisces. So I'm going to get some of these attribute cards now to get a little more about what's next in love for you. What kind of person is on the horizon are you getting ready to intersect with? Okay, and we have singing. So music can be very significant to this connection. This person could be a musician. You can meet them at a concert. You could spend a lot of time going to concerts together, sort of like outdoor venues or festivals or gatherings. This can be somebody as well. I'm feeling that they're really going to make your heart sing with joy. It's going to be such a relief when this person comes in. You may have been at this place of, just almost being ready to give up on love altogether, being kind of discouraged, just redirecting your focus maybe even toward your abundance, toward your finances, sort of giving love a rest for the time being, just because of maybe sort of a series of disappointments that you had experienced prior to meeting this person. And when they come in with this, almost like this breath of fresh air, that it's going to make you really sing for joy. And we have October, so that can be a significant month. But then the zodiac signs also for the month of October are Libra and Scorpio. And we have fashion, so this person could work in the fashion industry. They could be very well dressed, very put together, very posh, very fastidious, or they take very good care of themselves and their appearance. There's something even very unique about the way that they dress. And we've got freckles. Spiritual awakenings, so that was definitely coming through with the moon card. Somebody who has done some deep shadow work has come into this awareness about themselves and who they are. And this is also tying in with any kind of a spiritual awakening that you have gone through, this ascension process. Both of you needed to experience these things and kind of go through maybe even some difficulties, some obstacles that needed to be transcended in order to step into this place of authenticity, to really raise your vibrations, to meet at the time in which you are going to meet in order to have the greatest potential for success together in this connection. Like if you had met earlier, there was just still so much work that each of you needed to individually do that the connection could have been a little bit blocked off, or it just, the potential wouldn't have really been there to build this really solid foundation. There was almost like some deep understanding of self needed to occur, some healing of self, some breaking of cycles and patterns, some metamorphosis needed to occur within both of you before this relationship, this love could really have a chance to germinate and blossom into something wonderful. And we have short, so they could have short hair or be kind of short in stature. And I'm feeling also that's one of the things they may have had to work on with this moon card here, and kind of that shadow work. They may have at one point had a short temper, so patience could have been something that they needed to cultivate, maybe some kind of sadness and anger within themselves that they've had to work on. And because they have done that, they may be somebody who's in a position to really offer guidance, support, help to other people who are kind of going through the same sort of challenges. And we have water sign, which is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. December, so that could be a time of the year, or that could pertain to the zodiac signs Sagittarius and Capricorn. And we have retail, so that ties in with fashion. This person could own some kind of a business, or something to do with clothing or fashion. I'm also getting as well some kind of a non-profit, or something where donations of clothing or other articles are collected and distributed or made available at a very low cost to people who are in need, perhaps. Maybe this is something that you both volunteer at. I know that there's organizations that collect almost business attire for people, and they give them away for free or for extremely low cost for people who are looking to kind of go out on job interviews but lack maybe the professional attire to do that. So that's coming through. So that could be pertinent for somebody as kind of a cause that the two of you might both mutually be interested in. You might mutually kind of involve yourselves with, or in some way you're kind of tied to that, maybe even sort of networking and community relations to establish programs like that, make things like that available, put people in contact with resources of that nature. And we have gifts. So this is tying in for me to psychic gifts primarily, that this person could definitely have gone through a third eye activation. They could really be kind of familiarizing themselves with their gift of telepathy, that the two of you, it could also be a breath of fresh air because you're both aware of this ability within yourself, where a lot of people may just kind of, if they have that ability, could be quite unconscious of it, or just kind of dismiss that, ignore that, don't really put a lot of attention or importance on that. And so when you meet this person, it's almost like a resonant soul, a kindred soul, somebody who understands more of the spiritual aspects of the human experience and reality. And we also have Cancer, so another zodiac sign there, or that can even pertain to the time of year. And Cancer is June and July. And we have athletics, so this person could be into fitness. They could really take care of themselves, be almost like an outdoorsy person, somebody who's very kind of trim and health conscious. And we have empath, and that was coming up in terms of this yin card here. This person really feeling into sort of even some core wounds and traumas that people are kind of repressing, that come out and that are manifested in behavior and words. So somebody who definitely looks beneath the surface of things, somebody who really feels into you empathically as well, to help to gauge what your emotional needs are, what the needs of the connection are as well. And we have festivals. So that was coming out with the singing. Festivals could be important or relevant, something to do with music, or maybe even some kind of a niche or a special interest festival that you meet at. This can also be something where, in terms of this energy of sort of nonprofit and helping others, you both may organize or participate in, or in some way be involved in some kind of a festival or some kind of a gathering where a lot of these proceeds go to charity, go to helping other people. These are gatherings and events for a cause that is larger and has more impact than just personal profit. And we have intelligence, so a smart person, somebody that you can really discuss a lot of deep ideas with, somebody who is thinks also and sees and reads beneath the surface of kind of what they are seeing. Maybe somebody who is really into almost psychology, or somebody who is very learned, keeps abreast of current affairs, of kind of world issues, conflicts, areas where help is needed, where their time and resources would be of great value. This could also be somebody with this kind of this tie-in here with sort of spirituality and ancient cultures. This could be somebody who really likes to read and to learn and knows a lot about that, knows a lot about archaeology and history, a lot about spirituality, religion, philosophy, theology, things like that. And we have popular, so this person could be very well respected, well liked in their community in their profession. This could be somebody that has some degree of renown. If this is somebody who is in some kind of community outreach, they could have like a public platform, for example. They could reach a wide range of people and have a lot of followers or subscribers, maybe on some kind of a social media platform, some kind of a blog that they do. And we've got the letter B. Straight hair. Funny, so good sense of humor, a lot of laughter here. I feel that the two of you will have a lot of inside jokes, or your humor is very similar. And we've got mysterious, so somebody who maybe doesn't reveal everything all at once. With this, that's kind of tying in with this thoughts card here. Somebody who's very thoughtful, somebody who, also with that empath card, really likes to feel into things, kind of tap into sort of the inner motivations, the undercurrent, the energies of situations and people. Somebody who doesn't necessarily lay all their cards out on the table all at once, but somebody who takes the time to observe and really think and really digest before they open up. And we have mentor. So that's kind of tying in with that energy of community outreach. This could be somebody that, again, mentors people to kind of work their way through some darkness, through some kind of toxic cycles, or just difficult circumstances. Somebody who others really look up to as very insightful. Somebody who is very drawn to helping people step into that best version of self and really improve their circumstances and improve their life and improve their self-esteem as well. And we have night owl, so they could work nights, or maybe they just stay up late, learning about things, investing a lot of their time in kind of causes that they are very passionate about as well. A hard worker, somebody who, makes good use of their time. And we have creativity, so they could be some kind of an artist or maybe even a musician. There could be some connection in this capacity. Or I feel also that this really ties in with that, what was coming through about the two of you really combining forces to make an impact, a larger impact on the world than either of you could together. And so creatively, you work very well together, coming up with these solutions, coming up with creative ways of really getting your message out there, getting your, raising awareness to people about issues that are very close to your heart. And we have brown eyes. Morning person. Okay, so night owl or morning person. This person could also work late into the night, into the early morning hours. And we've got the letter C. Same age, so they could be relatively speaking in the kind of the same age group as you, or this is really tying into that kindred soul, maybe even soul origin off planet, that you could both also be very old souls on this planet now, here at this time, to really help heal and uplift humanity in the world. And we have generous, so that was definitely coming through with that pentacles energy of this person really giving of themselves, their time, their resources, their knowledge, not wanting to really acquire all of this and just keep it for themselves, but part of the reward that this person is really seeing for the blessings that they have acquired and achieved in life is this ability to give back, to help others in a variety of ways. And we have animals, so some of this cause, some of these awarenesses that this person and you could really be focused on. This could even be helping animals, endangered species, awareness about, environmental issues as well. This person, the two of you could have animals and combine them into almost like a family of fur babies. Maybe this person is a veterinarian even, or you could meet them at a dog park, for example. And we have books, so that kind of ties in with that intelligent card. Very studious person, somebody who really researches things, likes to learn things, likes to know. This can also tie into the two of you really combining forces to write books or put out some kind of literature, some kind of written material for others to help them become aware of these causes that are very close to both of your hearts. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group 1, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person. Maybe it spells something out. Okay, so we have I, R, J, P, F, H, E, W, G, Z, A, and N. So those are your messages, group 1. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the Aqua Aura Quartz point. So let's take a look at these cards and see what's next in love for you. We've got the Sun, Four of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Justice, Knight of Cups, the Emperor, Judication, Mature Man, Gift, Co-create, Time for a Nap, Here and Now, Planetary Guardian, and Song of Your Soul. So this definitely feels like somebody who comes in maybe after a period of you being closed off to love with that Four of Pentacles. With the Judication card, maybe you have gone through a divorce, some kind of a messy breakup. Maybe having gone through some other kind of legal issues in your life that have really taken precedence. It's really consumed your focus, your thoughts, your heart, your actions. There's just been no room in your life for love. But with this Justice card, some kind of resolution has happened with that, some kind of finality in that sense, to where a burden is almost lifted or alleviated from you. And it's this widening of perspective, with this energy of here and now, where you're no longer consumed with something that maybe had been initiated again in terms of like a legal matter or even a divorce, something that you've been dealing with for a while, that the past is gone, that chapter is closed, there's been resolution, there's been a finality in that. And so you're able to be very present, not so much focused on all of these kind of outside circumstances and kind of these difficulties of the past that are still kind of following you up into the present, or had been sort of left unresolved. But there is that resolution, there is that answer, that ability to close that door and to really sit in your own energy, to be very present and to start planning and be mindful of the future. And it's this energetic shift within you, almost a decluttering of your energy, of your thoughts, of what has been really consuming you and has been taking so much of your energy in terms of worry and concern and effort, even, that your heart space is able to be open up to anticipating the joy to come, to focusing on following your passions, following your heart, following your soul with the Song of Your Soul, maybe after, getting some freedom from a legal matter or freedom from kind of a stale or outdated relationship through some kind of a divorce, even a difficult or messy divorce. And now that that's been completed, you are really able to kind of focus on this co-create. What do you want to build out of your life now? The past is gone, that's done, it's settled, it's over with. And so your full force, your full efforts can be placed on creating opportunities, recognizing opportunities, sort of rebuilding your life. Whatever this is, this resolution, the Sun card, it's very happy. You may have had a victory that went in your favor, or you're very happy to be kind of done with that, to sort of put that past person or that past circumstance behind you. And it's in this course, I feel, of really having this beginner's mind, of really being very present in the now, to enjoy the fullness that life has to offer. Maybe you're treating yourself to some time out with the Six of Pentacles here. You're taking yourself out on dates, or you're going out with friends, or you're taking the time to really just get out and do the things that you enjoy. It's in the course of doing that, of really giving to yourself, investing in yourself, in making yourself feel good, and kind of rejuvenating and rebuilding yourself out of a very kind of difficult and stressful, intense period in your life. Really gifting yourself, the ability to just enjoy your life, to do the things that resonate with you, do things that bring you joy. It's in doing this that you intersect with this person. With this mature man and this emperor, these are very similar energies here. So this can speak to somebody who is very powerful in whatever it is they do, very successful in whatever it is they do, somebody who's also very emotionally mature, somebody who's very self-assured, somebody who's very confident, very stable, very grounded, somebody who has a degree of authority or responsibility. And so that can speak also, these two cards can speak also to kind of a leveling up that this person represents in terms of partners that you may have been with in the past, and maybe some emotional immaturity that went on, or kind of mind games, these little back and forth things, or just pettiness that you might have dealt with in the past. This person represents a paradigm shift. This person is a representation of you having recognized your self-worth with this gift and Six of Pentacles, really investing in yourself, taking time to love yourself as you wished others might have loved you, to become that love you hope to receive. And in doing that, you really raise your vibration and are then able to kind of intersect with this person who is also of a similar vibration, who also knows and respects themselves, is very comfortable with who they are, comfortable in their skin. This can also be something where, if you are really in this process of kind of rebuilding your life, this person, and the success and abundance that kind of comes with that in the course of that, you intersect with this person. They could be in some kind of a similar business as you, or just in some way you come across them while in the pursuit of that. With the Planetary Guardian card, this is really talking to me about somebody who, again, this is kind of this protective energy that it's sort of embodied with this mature man and the Emperor here. And with that Knight of Cups, somebody who really is going to make the effort to establish trust with you, to make you know that this is a reliable person, somebody you can count on, somebody that will be there for you to support you emotionally, and for some of you even can provide some kind of physical stability or match you at that level. Really has a lot to contribute and offer in their own right to whatever it is that you have to contribute and offer. And so there's this sense with these two tigers on here that you are both very independent, very self-reliant individuals. It's kind of like two strong souls coming together here. This can also indicate soulmate energy with kind of these two kind of twin tigers here. This could even be a twin flame for some of you, but it's feeling more like kindred soul and kind of soulmate energy, that this work that you've done on yourselves to really step into that light, to kind of incorporate the shadowy aspects of who you are, experiences that you've had, to not let that consume you, but to instead transcend those obstacles. Somebody who is very much also knows when to take action, and knows with this time for a nap when to kind of hold back and to just observe that these are qualities this person really embodies. This is also something that you may have really worked on in your own life. Recognizing when is the time to act and when is the time to just kind of sit back and plan, to strategize. And so this feels like somebody who's very compatible with you in that sense. Also with these two tigers, this feels like somebody who on multiple levels, your lifestyles are very similar, your patterns are very similar, a lot of your likes and dislikes could be very similar, just your nature in general is very similar. I'm also feeling that with these tigers here, and this is a timeless video when I'm recording this, so whenever you see this, the energy and the messages can be resonant to you. But as I am recording this video in May of 2022, according to the Chinese zodiac, we are in the year of the tiger. And that goes until February of 2023. So that can be these tigers can be relevant for somebody that comes in between between May of 2022 and February of 2023 is when you cross paths with this person, you meet this person. This is going to be somebody in terms of relationships that you've had with this butterfly here, as well as the sun card and just all this vibrance of color. This is somebody who really lights up your world, who really is a very positive influence in your life, somebody who brings a lot of joy to you, a lot of merriment, a lot of good times that you share with this person, somebody that really transforms your expectations of love, or really helps to kind of helps you shift your focus away from difficulties or disappointments in love in the past, and really transforms your belief system, even maybe that, you know, it's not too late for love for you if you happen to be, you know, older in years, and, you know, maybe this is a long-term marriage that you were in, and you're finding yourself single again after a long period of time, and, you know, there's kind of this hopelessness, or just kind of uncertainty, rather, not really hopelessness, but kind of this uncertainty about, you know, if you've kind of missed the boat as far as love goes, and if that was just, you know, maybe it wasn't meant for you in this lifetime, something like that. And this person really helps to shift that, really helps to transform that for you, really helps you to see that this wonderful gift of love that is possible for you, and that because you have made this decision to kind of free yourself from maybe some kind of a marriage or a connection that was past its expiration date, or even some kind of legal difficulties that you have been through, that has been a very much a test of your patience and your faith, a test of your nerves at time, a test of your patience, and it's something to where, you know, you really have passed that test. You've passed that test with flying colors. You have kept your dignity. You have kept the light of your soul despite these circumstances, and it's something to where kind of the worst is behind you. This very difficult experience, the door is closed on that, and in addition to new opportunities that present themselves, this love, this person coming in, is also another opportunity that is available for you, in addition to just a bright new chapter that you seem to be opening in your life. With the fox here on this card for time for a nap, this can really indicate to me, in tandem with this Four of Pentacles, that you might be a little bit leery or reserved at first when this person comes in, because of some things you may have been through in the past, or maybe just other difficulties in your life not relating to love, that, you know, it's been kind of a struggle to get to this point, to kind of recreate yourself, build yourself up out of the ashes. And so you're operating with a degree of kind of discernment, skepticism, whereas in the past you may have been very open and very willing to open yourself up to love, maybe a little too quickly, or you know, just early on, that you've kind of you've increased some barriers, some walls, some discernment, and so it's going to take this person some time to really earn that trust. With this gift card here, this could really also talk about, you know, just gifting, the gift of time, the gift of effort, the gift of actions that are matching up with words. And so it's a slowly but surely, with this co-create card, it's almost like inch by inch on this little tightrope. Inch by inch, they're getting closer to your heart. Inch by inch, you're able to open up more to this person. This is going to be something where, you know, as it almost feels like with the sun here, this energy of sunrise, where it's like gradually up over the horizon, that lightness comes in, and then all of a sudden it's in full burst, it's in full bloom, it's in full color. And so again, kind of taking a little bit of time to get to know this person. This person also, with the mature man and the emperor, that they're not going to be quick to rush in as well. With the Knight of Cups, they're going to be very genuine and very measured in the love that they give. They're going to want to, you know, exercise discernment in their own right, because of maybe some things they've been through. Maybe you both are divorced, or you know, just caution is warranted because of wisdom that is gained from experiences of the past that you both have had, not wanting to repeat the same mistakes of the past, wanting to learn, transcend, and really do things better this time around in this relationship. With this Knight of Cups and with the gift, I feel this is somebody who's going to be very affectionate, somebody who is you know, really going to show their love. I'm feeling love language might be in the form of kisses, or just kind of deep conversation, some kind of a vulnerability and a closeness, something that is very much in contrast to how this person may present themselves professionally, or this feels like somebody who might be a little bit stoic in their nature, somebody who could even be a little bit quiet or reserved in general, but once you kind of get past that exterior with them, once those walls are kind of brought down and you're able to kind of get into the root of their heart, this is actually a very affectionate person, very giving, very loving person, but not somebody who's just going to spread that around to everyone, but somebody who is very, they're very methodical, they're very deliberate in how and to whom they let into their inner sanctum, into their heart, into their soul. I feel also with these two scales here on the Justice card and also on the Six of Pentacles, that ties in with the two tigers, and the both of you being very well matched, very balanced, in terms of the balance that you've cultivated within yourself, work-life balance, or this balance of kind of the light and shadow aspects, really getting to know yourselves, kind of reconciling your past with where you are now and where you would like to be. But this also speaks to the two of you really complementing each other in a lot of ways. Really, there's a lot of harmony here. You get along very well with this person. This person is very respectful of your boundaries, and at the same time, I feel that you're also able to recognize and be respectful of this person's boundaries as well. I'm feeling also with this mature man in this kind of library scene, this could be somebody who maybe is sort of an introvert and kind of requires time to themselves, time in their thoughts, time to just kind of recharge. Somebody who, again, is very contemplative, maybe even somebody who's very, intelligent, likes to read, likes to study, likes to learn, just likes to really take in all aspects of things, observe from many angles before maybe making some kind of a decision. And also with this globe here, this could be somebody that lives at a distance from you, a geographic distance even, perhaps. So this can also speak to, with that globe, and sort of the element of distance, almost like this guardedness or being a little reserved, taking time to really navigate and chart a course towards one another, and in through those layers, or those kind of superficial gatekeepers or barriers that are not really there as a form of withholding, but more as a form of self-protection and discernment that have been learned through experiences of the past, or just time. Over time, where as people mature, they do become a little more cautious sometimes, a little more aware. Sometimes, errors or mistakes in judgment of the past, these can be really great learning lessons. They can impart a lot of wisdom to help us do better the next time around. Maybe not be so quick to jump into a relationship, but take a little more time to get to know someone, to build upon the solid foundation before really opening up the heart space. And so this feels like something that is very much that this person has learned this, they have acquired this skill. This is definitely something where, though there will be, chemistry and attraction and just this joyous and good feeling with this person, it feels also something that the pace of the relationship will progress very naturally, and there will be almost a series of methodical kind of milestones that have to be accomplished. This could even be somebody, I'm feeling, that has maybe children, for example. So that can be some children from a previous relationship or another partnership, to where that might be a gatekeeper as well for them, where at a certain point they're going to want you to meet their children, and to see how are you around their kids, how are taking that into consideration as well, more than just their feelings and their desires, but there are other factors at play here. Somebody who wants to really get to know who you are in multiple different situations and scenarios. Somebody who's going to want to really talk with you, really get to learn about you, learn about your past, learn about your, where you are now, what your goals are for the future. And slowly but surely then, This is somebody who, you know, as you offer and you give of yourself, they will feel comfortable to give of themselves too. And so almost kind of like bit by bit, you will be able to really build this relationship together. And this feels like somebody who is of the mindset, and this could be very similar to the mindset that you are at, of to where if they're going to invest in love, it's going to need to be solid. It's going to also, with this adjudication, it's going to, you know, it's going to need to have that solid potential of forever. This is not somebody who is just looking for casual dates. This is somebody who, you know, if they're going to open their heart, it's going to be for good. It's going to be for the long haul. It's going to be with kind of this long-term planned in mind. Also with adjudication, this can talk about like a justice of the peace, like some kind of a civil union, a civil ceremony, getting married even. So that could potentially be what happens in the future with this person. And with that gift card, maybe this person at some point asking you to marry them as well. So in terms of zodiac signs, with the sun, we have Leo. Pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Justice is Libra. The cups is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And the emperor is Aries. So I'm going to get a few more little zodiac tiles just for some additional signs. This can also be times of the year. And we have Pisces, which is February and March. We have Libra again, which is September and October. And we have Capricorn, which is December and January. And Virgo, which is August and September. So I'm going to get some of these attribute cards now, group 2, to get a little more about this person. What's next in love? Okay, so we have the letter A. Construction. So this person could work in construction. They could be very handy. They could like to build things. Maybe that's even a hobby. Somebody who maybe even owns a construction company, or this is even tying into that energy of wanting to kind of methodically and carefully build a solid foundation with you, build upon this, build this layer and level of trust with one another, getting to know one another in multiple facets instead of just really rushing in. Somebody who is very grounded by nature and is very interested in creating long-term stability for themselves, maintaining that for themselves, and also as it comes to love, really seeking to build a solid and stable connection. And we have direct. So somebody who, you know, could definitely not mince words, somebody who speaks what's on their mind, leaves not a lot to the imagination. And this direct can also come in the form of really wanting to, you know, discuss multiple aspects of what they want, what they've been through, who they are, providing that and also expecting that in return. You could have some very deep conversations. You could talk about some things, maybe even painful things with this person, or they talk about painful things with you, and are very open and vulnerable about that, really wanting to shed light and perspective for you on who they are and what they've been through, what they've learned and what they want going forward. And we have doctors, so they could be a doctor, maybe they are in medical school, maybe there's some kind of a connection, maybe you both work in the same field, in the medical field. This also, with this reference to doctor, is speaking about kind of this vibrance that, you know, as much as it's this energy of needing to kind of build slowly in this relationship, that it's something that really, this relationship helps to heal the both of you. It helps to really heal your perspectives on love. It helps you to reimagine a future for yourselves romantically. That the time and the care and the attention that is taken to really building upon a solid foundation together and not just allowing emotions to kind of rule the roost in this situation, that it's a very healing experience. It's very different from what you both may have experienced previously, and it's very crucial to kind of nurturing the connection long term, nurturing the both of you. It's something to where, these needs, as they are expressed by one another and meeting each other's needs in that capacity, it's something that's very healing. This person could be really unaccustomed to people really understanding them or honoring them in that sense. This could be somebody who is maybe even used to people who in the past have only really wanted them perhaps for their money or for what they have to give, what they have to offer. And so somebody who is taking the time to get to know them is kind of looking beyond that, learning about the true person, and this desire to, be very equally matched, evenly matched, and to build together, to co-create together. This energy of reciprocity, it can be very refreshing to this person and also for you. And we have scientist. So that can tie in with doctor. Maybe there's some kind of a researcher working some kind of the medical field or something of that nature. But also with that scientist, that talks about kind of like study and evaluation and learning and exploration, kind of puzzling things out. And so that really speaks to this person wanting to kind of learn all the layers of you, all the deep levels, wanting to really explore different avenues and facets of how to build upon this and the connection in general. And we have clever, so that ties into to the direct card, somebody who is very witty, somebody who's going to be kind of to the point in what it is that they are saying, very intelligent, but not somebody who's going to kind of waste words on necessarily small talk, but somebody who when they say something, it's going to be something of value, it's going to be something of meaning. And we have musician. So this could be something they do for a profession, maybe a hobby. This also is really talking about this symphony that the two of you are writing together. You're co-creating the symphony of your love story, and just really kind of learning all the layers and the chords of each other, your needs, your desires, your experiences, your wants. And we have the letter S. Party. So you could meet this person at a party, maybe through friends, maybe even a wedding party, for example. And we've got creativity. So this ties in with that co-create, really working together to create a very solid foundation in this. Maybe even creative ways that this person has of expressing their love, that once you get past that kind of rocky exterior and you find that sort of that gooey and emotional center of this person, they could be, with that gift card and the Six of Pentacles, just very creative ways of expressing their love, of showing their love to you. Somebody who really wants to make sure that you feel seen and you feel heard, and that there's no question to how they are feeling, and kind of the deep gratitude and appreciation that they have for you in the connection. And we have summer, so this could be a significant time of year to when you meet this person. That's also really fitting in for me with the Sun card, and just this warm and joyous energy that the connection that it really brings into your life. And we've got the letter K. Military. So this person could be active military or a veteran. This also is really kind of talking about sort of this energy of strategy, the energy of planning, of wanting to learn, to think ahead, very methodical, very direct. Not somebody who's very kind of frivolous or going to get carried away, but somebody who, kind of wants, there's an order to things, there's a progression to things. There are certain gatekeepers within this person that must be met and must be transcended before they are going to open up to further layers of themselves, allow access into that inner sanctum. And we have business owner. So that ties in with that energy of mature man and emperor. This person could be very, very successful. They could also be somebody who has a degree of wealth. And so some of this guardedness and concern, it could be with good reason. They have a lot to lose, perhaps. Maybe at one point in time, they've had to fight very hard to gain control of their company, keep control of their company. Maybe relationships of the past, or with that adjudication and justice, some kind of a divorce where it cost cost them a lot financially, and they've really had to rebuild, kind of maybe even rebuild from scratch. And so they're very protective about what they have achieved. Somebody who is really maybe even bordering on being a little guarded about not wanting to be taken advantage of, with that fox energy right there. Somebody who is a little bit skeptical, a little cautious, or perhaps even overly cautious. And so this could be one of those gatekeepers where trust has to be earned, it has to be established. But I feel that it's something which is very doable. They will recognize you as somebody who's very confident, very different from other people they may have dealt with in the past, or just very able to stand on your own, to take care of yourself, to provide for yourself. And even if this person is substantially wealthier than you, if it's not financially an equal match with them, they're seeing you as somebody who really, you have your own identity, you have your own autonomy. And so they are able over time to really determine that you're genuinely interested in them as a person, and not in just what they have or what they have to provide for you. And we've got past lives, so this can definitely be soulmate energy, somebody you have incarnated with previously. Maybe this is a relationship in the past that, it was a love that never took off, got off the ground. And this time around, this is the time when the two of you are really able to have that opportunity. This also is really, I'm feeling with that, kind of that reference to the past, after you both have closed the door to your past, who you were before, maybe even a life you had created with somebody, a long-term marriage or a family, something like that, on either or both your ends. When that kind of comes to its conclusion, or sort of falls away, or is redefined in some way, when that past sort of moves away, resolution happens to that, and you're both able to be very present in this time now, and to really planning for the future, that this can indicate, this intersection in each other's lives. And we have opinionated, so somebody who's very direct, very clever, knows their mind. This is somebody who, has definite beliefs and opinions about things that, also that energy of gatekeepers, certain things that need to happen or that need to be shown or proven to them before they are willing to open up. Somebody who's not willing to compromise on that, maybe through past experience where they were, kind of willing to overlook some things, or to compromise their needs and wants, and it sort of costs them in a variety of ways, emotionally or financially, in the past. So this person is they're very set on these timelines and these requirements within themselves. And we have animals, so this could be some kind of a connection, maybe with that doctor. Even this person's a veterinarian. You two could even combine families of fur babies, create a family together in that sense, if you're kind of beyond childbearing age, or if you're not interested in having children even. And we have music, so we double confirmation there with musician and music. This energy of kind of the symphony you two are creating together, this song of your soul. You two are very resonant souls. You match very well with each other. There's a harmony here with each other. And we have quiet, so that was coming up in terms of maybe an introverted person, somebody who needs some time to themselves, somebody who, just really sits and thinks about things, isn't going to offer a lot of kind of empty chatter. And we have children, so again, that could be a factor, maybe one of those gatekeepers, taking into consideration the well-being of this person's children, or you needing to take into the consideration the well-being of your children. Maybe you are the one with the gatekeepers, a little bit hesitant to kind of let this person in, to open yourself up, because you have a family to consider, you have children to consider. You're very cautious about who you are letting in your life at this point in time. And we have writer, so this person could, I'm feeling with that scientist, they could write some kind of like technical texts, they could read a lot, this person could write you love letters even with that gift and that Knight of Cups. And we have philosophy, so somebody who's very contemplative, somebody who has a very particular philosophy on life, a very precise way of what they define as success, a code that they live by. And we have ocean. So they could live by the ocean. You could meet them at the beach or spend time there. This is also really kind of tying in for me with the this concept of sort of these oceans of time with that past lives card, that, you know, you may have incarnated with this person many times. Maybe there, you know, it was a false start in other lifetimes, but this is the lifetime at this point where maybe one or both of you feels that you've just kind of missed the boat in love. You know, it didn't work out so well. You're kind of closed off. You've got all these standards or these barriers, and then this person kind of turns up in your reality. There's this cognizance. There's this soul recognition that this is a significant person, that this is a relationship that, you know, has really been meant to be for a very long time, and that now could finally be the time when you two have the opportunity. The circumstances are right. The world is right for you two to come together. And we have books, so that ties in with the writer card. And again, they could write. They could be a very studious person, a very kind of intellectual person who is very knowledgeable, likes to learn about a lot of things. Got the letter C. Average height. Intuition, so somebody who really follows their instincts, maybe even in terms of business opportunities, seizing the moment, recognizing things and acting upon them. And somebody who also, those gatekeepers within themselves, these could not be things that are really stated. It's largely based on intuition. When they feel comfortable, when something has kind of been proven adequately to them, then they will open themselves up just a little bit more to kind of let you in further. And we have romantic, so that was coming through with gift and the Knight of Cups, somebody who, you know, once you get past those barriers, they're a very different person on the inside from what it is that they typically present, or maybe a first impression that you may get of this person. And you've got the letter J, the letter Z, talkative. So they may be kind of reserved with most people, but maybe about certain topics of conversation, they've got a fascination or an interest, or this can really talk about with kind of that very complementary energy. You two have a lot in common, a lot of things to talk about. There's also this sense of this person wanting to talk about experiences that they've had, wanting to talk about their goals and desires, wanting to learn about you, have discussions about just really feeling each other out and getting to know each other on kind of these deeper layers. And we've got contact lenses, airplane. So they could live at a distance from you, and you need to get on a plane to meet each other. You could meet them on an airplane, or maybe they are a pilot. Got the letter D. Got the letter V. Oh, and with that airplane also, and then military, maybe this person is in the Air Force, or they could also be retired Air Force. And we've got law enforcement. So this could be something they do for a living. This could even be, now with this airplane and kind of this reference to pilot, maybe they are like a chopper pilot, a helicopter pilot, something to do with law enforcement, with EMTs, with that reference to doctors, some kind of like medevac kind of person, something that kind of works with sort of in high trauma situations where, you know, time is of the essence. It's crucial to have this very precise judgment, very skilled at discernment as well. And we have Kundalini awakening. So this really speaks to this deep passion that you and this person have, that kind of, again, sort of metamorphosizes your experiences of love and your ideas of what is possible in love with the both of you, and in your lives in general. And also this Kundalini awakening, you know, it kind of taps into that very romantic, that very sensual side of this person that could be quite very much masked or hidden beneath kind of a very placid or stoic exterior that they have to present, maybe because of a military or law enforcement background, or because of the nature of their work, or just because of of, you know, their personality or things they've been through in the past that they've kind of had to put up this guard in order to self-protect, to protect, you know, maybe their children or assets, things that they've built, who they are, protect their heart even to some degree. But through this experience between you, through this romance, it's something that really helps to reawaken their heart. It's something where they can also really help to reawaken yours. And we have Dimples. So I'm going to close this reading out for you, group 2, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out. All right, so we have W, F, B, L, M, N, X, T, Z, Q, O, G, S, A, and U. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. You chose the Amethyst heart. So let's take a look at these cards and see what's next in love. We've got the 6 of Wands, Queen of Wands, Eight of Swords, the Star, Five of Cups, the Hanged Man, Community, Courthouse, False Person, Never-Ending Story, A Change in the Wind, Poised, Dreamtime, and Star Family. So kind of a double confirmation here with the Star and Star Family. I feel that this person almost comes in after a period of some deep kind of loss and despair for you with the Five of Cups, where you've really been hoping for some kind of deliverance, some kind of salvation from your circumstances, maybe wishing on a star for a certain outcome, for love to enter, for maybe a series of disappointments in love or romance, or maybe, you know, dates that you've gone out on that just haven't worked out, situations that didn't really amount to much, or kind of left you feeling like you were wasting your time. And just kind of hoping and praying that somebody's out there that you can find love, and this person comes in as almost this wish fulfillment, the answer to your prayers, the answer to this wishing, somebody who really restores some hope for you in the power of love and love being possible. Also with the Star Family, you could resonate as a star seed, so this could be a confirmation for you that this person is also resonating as a star seed, or is part of kind of your star family, your kind of your off-world origin point in distant galaxy or different, you know, planet, realm, dimension, just whatever it is that you resonate with. Somebody also, I'm feeling that you feel almost an ancient or a past life tie with this familiarity with this person. It's almost a sense of coming home when you meet this person. With the Dreamtime card, you could be dreaming about this person kind of as a prelude to meeting them, kind of meeting up with this energy, interacting with this soul perhaps that shows up in the guise of different physical vessels and forms, maybe showing up as past life selves, you know, somebody that you haven't seen before, you have not met in this lifetime, and yet the energy of that soul, of that person is very constant. It's very familiar. You just can't place that. This could be something as well with kind of tying in with this wishing, kind of wishing that this man of your dreams or woman of your dreams is in fact a real person, kind of wishing that if this is somebody out there and just not a product of your imagination, kind of wishing and hoping that you would meet this person, that they would sort of hurry up and get there, get into your life, come into your reality. This can also really talk about kind of some things you've been daydreaming about that perfect person, that perfect partner, maybe even doing some journaling about qualities that you are looking for in that perfect person, in that perfect partner. And when you meet this person, they add up very well to that kind of list that you had formulated of maybe some of these kind of quirky things or specific qualities that are very much in alignment with that. I'm kind of feeling that with this false person, that can tie in again with this Five of Cups and maybe a series of false starts that you had in romance as kind of a prelude to meeting this person. Maybe some kind of toxic relationships you had in the past with this Eight of Swords, like a pattern you felt trapped in or stuck in of just attracting kind of the same type of person, showing up as different people, almost like these same archetypes, this archetype of almost disappointment with this never-ending story, feeling that you're just kind of stuck on this loop, that it's been very difficult to kind of break out of that cycle, break out of that pattern, to really experience something different in love. But it looks like a lot of work is being put into recognizing that, recognizing some of these patterns and kind of the wounding that stems from within yourself. And this work that you have done to really free yourself with this Six of Wands, to kind of have victory over your circumstances with the Queen of Wands, really take your power back, own your worth, know your worth. Really assert for yourself, really stand up for who you are and what you want, what you expect, what you believe in, and really stand up for what is no longer acceptable, really exercising some discretion and vetting out potential partners very quickly, recognizing red flags and kind of in this process of no longer entertaining those things, but still feeling a degree of frustration because it's almost this sense of the universe continuing to provide you with the same test, the same type of person showing up as, through multiple different experiences, and you're feeling that you're passing this test, you're successfully navigating this, and kind of just this energy of wishing that there would be the reward that comes in on the other side of that, feeling you've done this work, but not, almost at a point of frustration, desiring with that change in the wind something different, wanting to meet a different kind of person, somebody that's more in alignment with who you are. The old kind of type of person you were attracted to, it's not doing it for you anymore. You've changed, you've evolved, you've broken out of some of these habits and these patterns within yourself, and so this can really also, with this change in the wind, indicate again that this person they're very different. This is hope restored. This is almost like the wish fulfillment. And with the Hanged Man here, this can talk about somebody you've been waiting for a very long time, someone you may have been dreaming about for a while, or just feeling that you're kind of with this energy here of being kind of tied or stuck in this period of waiting, of having to just, not really meet that right person, not really meet somebody that fits with you, that really sings to you in a way that is resonant with you. It doesn't really match up with your soul, with your vibration, with who you are and what you want. With this Courthouse card here, this can really indicate some kind of a victory or some kind of a legal situation that you have recently been dealing with. Maybe something where there was even paperwork that you had to go and submit, forms or documents that you had to submit for various things at a courthouse. And so when these kind of events occur, when you have victory over this situation, or maybe you've successfully filed paperwork to start some kind of a business or to get some kind of licensing for something, when that kind of comes through, that can be sort of an indicator for you as kind of the time frame where this person is sort of on the peripheral of entering. With this Community card here, this can be somebody that you meet through people in common, you meet through a friends group, or somebody that fits in very well with your life, somebody that your family really likes, somebody your friends really like, somebody that when they see the two of you together, when people see the two of you together, even strangers out and about, this is something which others kind of recognize how well matched the two of you are, how you fit very well together, you complement each other very well. It's a relationship and a dynamic that is very much approved of. It's something where if maybe you had a pattern or a habit of kind of these disappointments in love, and the people that care about you may have noticed that, they're very pleased that you've broken that habit, that you've broken that pattern. This is somebody that you're bringing home, or you're bringing around your friends, and you're getting a lot of approval for that. This is something also with this Courthouse, this can lead to somebody that you might marry, in some kind of a civil union, civil ceremony, something of that nature. So we also, with this poised card here, this is really, I'm drawn to in this image here, and this lady, and she's just kind of like jumping for joy, and that ties in with this energy of kind of this wish fulfillment, sort of wishing on a star that this person would come in, that this person of your dreams would manifest, or that you'd get some kind of break in just this cycle, these series of disappointments in love, or kind of the same maybe pattern of toxic partners showing up, and you've done work to really break away from that, but you're just not seeing any results yet from that. But again, this person just represents a very different type of person than who you may have been dealing with before. This feels like somebody who is very passionate, somebody who's very attractive and attracted to you. There's a lot of chemistry between the both of you, a lot of compatibility between the both of you. With the water here on this star card, this is somebody who's also emotionally giving, emotionally vulnerable, somebody who is not going to be kind of withdrawn or deceptive about their emotions, but somebody who's very transparent about their emotions, somebody who might also be very sensitive by nature. With this never-ending story here, this kind of ties in with this sort of this past life connection that you may have with this person, this feeling of having known them before, maybe this kind of starseed tie, part of your soul tribe, your soul family, having known them across multiple lifetimes, kind of meeting up with them again in this lifetime, in this circumstance. And this is something also with this Six of Wands, I'm feeling this is somebody who is going to be very supportive of you emotionally, somebody who's really going to be a cheerleader in your life, really going to help you in the pursuit of your goals and your dreams, provide you with a lot of encouragement, a lot of very positive and constructive feedback. With the Hanged Man, this is somebody who can help you see things from a different perspective. Maybe somebody who can, help you if it has, like with the courthouse and some kind of licensing, something to do with a business or profession, some kind of a trade that you are trying to go into, or to focus your time and efforts on. This person, even in terms of building some kind of a business, can help you to maybe recognize some angles, some things that you had overlooked. Somebody that really helps to kind of get you out of some binds as well. With this Eight of Swords here, a situation that you might have felt was hopeless, or that there was a lot of red tape involved. This person has some kind of perspective or some kind of a knowledge. Maybe this person with the courthouse card is even a lawyer, or in some way, a paralegal, a judge, even works in the legal field, and can really help you kind of navigate through bureaucracy and red tape, and kind of get the wording right on things, helps you to really protect yourself, protect what you have built, what you're building, what you're trying to work toward, helping you to maybe recognize some loopholes in things, or take advantage of some incentives, or some kind of program or protection that is offered legally. With that courthouse, this can also pertain with that false person to a divorce that you have gone through from somebody else, maybe breaking away from some kind of a karmic partner, some kind of karmic marriage, something you felt trapped in for a very long time. Maybe you had finances in common with somebody else, or it was somebody with that community card that your family really encouraged you to stay with for various reasons, but it was something to where it was just almost a loveless marriage, something that just, there was a lot of disappointment, a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of sense of betrayal with that. It was something which, it didn't leave you with a sense of passion, but it was kind of a cold situation, or a disappointing situation. And kind of when you take that step to free yourself, to claim your own victory, to step into that autonomy, into your own power, take your power back from that situation, and to really remove yourself from that, that can also be an indicator of when this new person kind of magnetizes or manifests into your life. So in terms of signs, with the wands, we have fire energy, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The swords is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. The star is Aquarius. Cups is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And the hanged man is Pisces. So I'm going to get a few more zodiac signs for you, group 3. This can be somewhere in you or their chart. This can also be times of the year that are relevant to this. So we have Aries, which is March and April. We have Capricorn, which is December and January. Pisces, which is February and March. And Gemini, which is May and June. So I'm going to get some of these attribute cards now, group 3. Get a little more information about this new love that is coming in for you. So we have country. So this can be somebody who kind of likes to spend time out in nature, outdoors. Maybe they live in a rural setting. Maybe they own some kind of property. This can also indicate this is somebody who lives in a different country from you, lives at a distance. Maybe even somebody who likes to travel to different countries. Somebody who you can travel with together and kind of see the world. We've got the letter M. Aries, so that can be the sign or the time of year, March and April. And we've got May, so that could be a name. It could refer to the month of May or even the zodiac signs of Taurus and Gemini. And we've got automobile. So maybe this person is a mechanic or somebody, you know, even who tinkers around with cars in their spare time, somebody who sells cars even, or what that kind of ties back in with the country. Maybe somebody who likes to kind of take drives out into the country, kind of the two of you spending time alone in nature. And this can also indicate somebody who lives at a distance from you. So somebody, depending on what part of the world you live in, if they live in another country, it may be accessible by automobile. It might be like one country over. Maybe you both live on the border of each other's countries. And so it's having to kind of cross over into different terrain to get together, but it's doable by car. It's not necessarily someone you'd have to get on an airplane to go see. You've got the letter I. And we've got desert. So this really ties in for me with that energy of the 5 of Cups and this desert in your love life, really feeling that, you know, it's just a lot of false starts, a lot of near misses, a lot of red flags, feeling very hopeless, very kind of alone, kind of trapped and tied in this circumstance of wanting, but not really being able to experience or interact with a resonant soul, with a love that really sets your heart on fire. And so this person almost represents like this oasis in the desert when everything's been kind of dry and barren in your love life, and then this person just appears or presents themselves. You run into this person, you meet this person somehow, and it kind of quenches you. It quenches this thirst within you for love and connection. And this person could also live in the desert, near the desert. That could tie in with country, a desert country, for example, or even if you live somewhere where there is a desert within your state, maybe even high desert within your state, wherever you live, and the two of you, you know, take time on the weekends perhaps to kind of leave the city and go out into the desert. The desert is also pulling up for me kind of these ideas of maybe festivals, some kind of a concert, some kind of a gathering out in the desert that is relevant, that you kind of meet this person at, or you go to. I'm thinking of almost like Burning Man or Coachella, something like that, something that's kind of set off from civilization, from society. And so you could interact with them there. This could be kind of the activities that you like to do together. And we have brown hair. Marriage. So this can be somebody that you end up marrying eventually in time, that's coming through with that courthouse card, or even marriage. This can talk about a divorce that needs to happen before the two of you can be together, or a marriage that has ended on your end, perhaps on their end. Maybe you're both recently divorced or divorcees in general, and it was kind of getting out of that toxic or codependent karmic marriage, karmic relationship, kind of that broken marriage. Once you sort of step out of that, step back into, rebuilding yourself from that, rebuilding your self-esteem, your autonomy, learning to love yourself again through what you've been through, that can be a signal of kind of the ingredients necessary, the steps that need to take place, or kind of mile markers for yourself if these are circumstances that you have gone through in your life, perhaps even recently or in the recent past, or at some point. This can be kind of an indicator that all of these things, these circumstances, these events, these difficulties that you've had to overcome and endure, these are all kind of leading the way to meeting this very resonant and enriching soul. And we have outgoing, so somebody who's very easy to talk to, somebody who's very friendly. This can also be somebody who approaches you first, who reaches out to you, who makes contact first, introduces themselves. Maybe somebody who sees you online, sees you from afar, maybe even with that reference that was coming up with festival, sees you at some kind of large group gathering, and they're the one that approaches you to strike up conversation, to kind of initiate conversation. And we have lawyers, so that was coming up with the courthouse. That could be what they do for a living, maybe even a paralegal, or some kind of, again, legal matter that you've recently gone through, or you're in the process of kind of wrapping up, something to do with lawyers, and that involves the writing of contracts even, or filing of contracts, or some kind of legal document. And all these things can be mile markers for this love being kind of on the horizon for you. And we have banker, so that can be what they do for a profession, or this is also fitting in for me with that kind of that energy of contracts, something to do with things having to be filed, maybe to protect your money, set up some kind of a business, some kind of an LLC to incorporate in some capacity. You're doing this in your life, and right around that time is kind of when this person comes in, or maybe they are in some way able to help you with doing that. That can be something, maybe you have your own business, like a small business, something on the side, and this person can really help you with that energy of the Six of Wands to really step things up to the next level, to kind of protect yourself, insulate yourself legally, and to really again, step things up to the next level, help to increase your finances, increase your reach somehow, just to establish yourself more in that capacity. And we have spiritual awakenings. So this person could definitely trigger a spiritual awakening within you. This can also talk about a spiritual awakening that you have gone through, a dark night of the soul, even with that Five of Cups. That can be that energy as well, and just really feeling stuck and trapped in that. Just, that the star also it falls after the tarot, or after the tower in tarot. The tower can often be that crumbling down, that spiritual awakening, that dark night of the soul, everything shaking up, and kind of as you're walking through that darkness, you become the light of the star. You sort of bring yourself up out of those pits and those depths of despair. So these can all, again, be indicators, if this is the point that you are at in your life of really rebuilding that, really starting to see some hope, some light on the horizon of maybe some difficult circumstances, then this can be an indicator that this person is nearing their approach to you. And we have cultures, so you could be from very different cultures. This could be something where, there might be also this reference is coming up with maybe the same type of person or archetype of person that you were used to dealing with, and this person represents something completely different from that. A new pattern, a new experience that is being established in love for you, that kind of breaks out of maybe even a marriage that you were in because it was, you two were of the same culture, something where, your family or your culture maybe frowned on divorce, and so you stayed tied to in kind of an unhealthy or a disappointing, unfulfilling marriage because of that kind of like cultural belief system. But sort of breaking away from that, doing really what was best for you, following that call of your heart, it has put you in alignment with meeting this person and to really working toward that wish fulfillment, that experience of the passion and depth in love that you've always kind of been hoping for and wishing for. And we have facial hair, so this person could have sideburns, a beard, a mustache, a goatee, some combination of those things. And we have scientist, so this could be a very logically minded person, somebody who's very inquisitive, who is very knowledgeable, somebody who you have a lot to talk about, maybe on your long drives out to the country or out to the desert. Maybe this person likes to go out and study things, a geologist perhaps. And so this could be something, you could do that as well for a hobby or profession. There's some connection with that, or this can even be something that the two of you do just as a hobby. And we have fashion, so they could work in the fashion industry, or somebody who's just very well dressed, somebody who has a unique sense of style as well. And we've got ocean, so that kind of fits in with scientists. Maybe they do some things with kind of studying the oceans, studying climate, climate research maybe, some kind of preservation or, ecologist, something like that. They could live by the ocean. You could meet them at the beach. You could spend time there. And we've got January, so that can relate to the month or even the zodiac signs of Capricorn and Aquarius. Got the letter Y. And we've got movies, so you guys could do a lot of Netflix and chill together. This could be somebody who is in some way works in the movie industry, maybe an actor, a director, a screenwriter perhaps. You spend time talking about movies, you have similar taste in movies, you go to the movies a lot. We have night owls, so this person could work nights or could even kind of have like a second job or a side hustle that they do at night after their day job. And we've got air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And we've got Taurus, so that can relate to the zodiac sign or the time of year, which is April and May. Eccentric. So this person could be a little bit odd, a little bit quirky. Somebody also with that fashion who has a very eccentric manner of dressing, a very unique sense of style. Somebody who also with that scientist card maybe, and even kind of tying in with star seeds, could be considered sort of eccentric by others, could kind of, be interested in elements such as other dimensions, extraterrestrials, life elsewhere, things that are by according to the mainstream, aliens, UFOs, conspiracy theories, things like that the mainstream just kind of dismisses or doesn't put a lot of credence into. But this could be an area of study that this person is very fascinated by, that they believe in. You could share that belief in common, or just have some kind of connection in that way. Maybe you meet them with that reference that was coming up to festival, and maybe it's some kind of a convention related to that, something where you both have this very particular interest in common, an interest that is very outside of the ordinary, outside of your community, your family, your culture. You could both consider each other kind of outliers, sort of the black sheep of the family, so to speak, or just not really having a lot of people that can kind of share these interests in common. And so when you meet each other, it's this level of almost excitement at having someone, it's this sense of victory, having somebody to really share these thoughts and ideas with, and experiences, these same kinds of activities, or maybe even types of movies or media that you like to take in related to that. It's very unique. It's something that the two of you share. It's kind of something that very uniquely bonds the two of you together. And we have serendipity, so it can be a very unexpected and happy coincidence through which you meet this person. Maybe again, it's some kind of a festival, some kind of a gathering, some kind of a convention where you're just there to really kind of enjoy your interests to learn things, and you're not looking for love, and there this person is, you bump into them, they see you with that outgoing, they see you from across the room and they come up to you. A series of events that kind of align perfectly, the stars aligning for the two of you to meet at just the right time. And we've got tan, dark complexion, mentor. So this person could really look up to you as somebody who's very wise, very knowledgeable. You could also see this person as somebody who has a lot to offer in terms of support, encouragement, different perspectives on things. Also with this Hanged Man card, helps you to kind of nurture and grow and expand your business or your perceptions even of yourself, the nature of your soul, who you are, your beliefs on spirituality, or even belief systems about ideas about, star seeds, extraterrestrials, multidimensionality, quantum physics, any of these kind of, because that also is coming through with the scientist card here, and just kind of the nature of reality, all these sort of things that this person could really help you with the Hanged Man to kind of broaden your perspective, widen your perspective, can kind of serve also as a good sounding board for ideas that you have. So you both are really learning a lot from each other. You're really challenging and encouraging each other to kind of think outside the box and to kind of look beyond the surface of things. And we've got the letter G. Light eyes. Ascension. So that ties in with the spiritual awakening card and this ascension. This ascends to the next level, what you think is possible for you in love, meeting this resonant soul, perhaps even this starseed soul, someone from your galactic collective. And this also can talk about a spiritual journey, an ascension journey that you both have independently been on. And that kind of fits in with that serendipity card that, these experiences, this darkness that you've had to learn to kind of reconcile, sort of the light and shadow aspects within yourselves that you've had to come to this point of really merging and accepting and embodying and embracing. And when that happens, it almost unlocks a door for this meeting that you've been hoping for and wishing for and praying for a long time. This energy of this person that you've been connecting with in the astral realm, in dreams, for example, in meditations, or just kind of sensing them and feeling them, knowing they exist somewhere out there, but not having like a physical body or a name or anything to really become familiar with other than just an energy. So got the letter X. Law of attraction. So this could be something that they are a proponent of, that they study, that they are familiar with. This also speaks to this work that you both have done within yourselves to really step into that best version of self. Kind of this hope that you've had to both maintain that perfect resonant soul is out there for you. And you've essentially magnetized each other in perfect and divine timing through surrender to the process, through kind of breaking away from limiting or outdated kind of relationships or belief systems, or any ways in which you were kind of playing small with your life, dimming your light in order to fit in. When you step into that authenticity, you become that light and you shine kind of fearlessly, even eccentrically, out into the world. You're there. You're there in your full, bright glory, just for the sheer purpose of it, the sheer sake of it, kind of having moved beyond the need for approval or understanding from others, and just living that truth. When that happens, it's very much vibrationally what helps to bring you both together. And we have restaurant. So you guys could like to go and eat out a lot. This person could be really good in the kitchen. They could even be some kind of a professional chef. Maybe they own a restaurant. Maybe this is something that kind of ties in with that paperwork or that licensing that you may have been needing to do, been wanting to do. Maybe you've wanted to open some kind of a restaurant, something to do with foods, with culinary, even selling things online, homemade kind of organic products, for example. And this person really is a key component in that and encouraging you to pursue that, helping you with kind of the structure of that, the legwork of that, providing you with some perspectives of how to really make this dream a reality. And we have friend. So this is talking about a deep friendship that the two of you will have, kind of this kindred soul bond, a lot of interests in common. With that community card, this can also talk about meeting this person through a friend. Maybe this is somebody who is even currently a friend in your life. And at a certain point in time, you know, the stars align to where you both have the opportunity to turn that into something more. Maybe you both were, or one of you, or both of you is married, and so friendship has kind of been all you've been able to have at this point in time. But as that other marriage or marriages are kind of falling away, it opens up the space to kind of explore and pursue these romantic feelings and this attraction. And we've got the letter D. Intense eyes. So there can be intense eye contact between the both of you, or just something is very, you're very drawn to them, to their eyes. And we've got winter. So that can be a season that is relevant to this connection, or in the Northern Hemisphere, that would be the months of December, January, February, and March. And this can also this ties in also for me with that desert card and kind of this winter phase, this disappointment, not a lot happening in your love life. And all of a sudden, this person kind of comes forth like that spring energy, that oasis in the desert, this kind of renewal, a reactivation of that heart center and kind of the experience of love, of romantic love with another for the first time in maybe a while. And we have fastidious, so somebody that could take a really good care of their space, of themselves, somebody who's very clean, very well groomed. That also kind of ties in with fashion, very, you know, well dressed, or just very conscious of what it is that they are wearing, how they present themselves. And we have nurse. So somebody who works in the healthcare profession, maybe you are a nurse. This also really talks about kind of bringing your ideas of love back to life. Kind of this connection really helps to kind of heal your heart from any disappointments of the past, really helps to kind of quench this thirst that you have had for love, that you both have had for love. And we have heart chakra activation. So this definitely can occur with this person, or kind of as a prelude to them coming in. It ties in with that kind of that spiritual awakening card that came up in that ascension, that heart chakra activation, that on so many levels, your perception of yourself, of reality, of life is really expanding. You've kind of closed out some things, gone through some lessons, really moved into a space of surrender and patience, really opened your heart to receive. And by doing that, you've been able to magnetize each other in. And we also have the letter F. So I'm going to get a few more initials for you. Group 3, this can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out. Okay, so we have X, C, J, R, W, Q, E, G, S, H, U, K, V, and T. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.